In this video, you're going to create a median composite using Sentinel-2 images, and the process is going to be the same. We're going to define our variable Sentinel-2 Collection. Then we're going to define a function to apply a cloud mask to each image in the collection, and then create our median composite and add to the map. So we can look here in the search bar, Sentinel-2, and we are going to use the level 2A product because that's the surface reflectance product which has been already atmospherically corrected. And we're going to copy here our dataset ID. One thing I want to note is that under image properties, whereas with the Landsat collections we had the cloud cover property, here with Sentinel-2 we have cloudy pixel percentage, so that's the property we're going to use to filter images with less than a certain percentage of cloud cover. So we can close this, and I'm going to create here a variable which is I'm going to call S2, then we're going to paste that collection ID. And then for the function to mask clouds, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to search for Google Earth Engine Sentinel-2. And then we can see that the third link is the dataset that we are going to use, the level 2A, Sentinel-2. And you can see all the bands again. And then down here, we have the function to mask clouds. And instead of the pixel QA band that we had for Landsat collections, in the case of Sentinel-2, they have this QA 60 band. So that's the one we're going to use. So we can go ahead and copy this function. Copy, and then paste back to our code. And you can note that it functions very similarly to the Landsat ones. They have a cloud bit mask and also a cirrus bit mask, and we want those pixels that have those information to be 0. And here it's dividing by 10,000. This is just a scaling to have specific pixel range values. So I'm going to create a new variable which I'm going to call S2 field, which is going to be our filtered collection, and it's very much like when we did for Landsat. It's going to be our Sentinel-2 collection dot filter bounds, our country. Then you're going to filter the date. And one thing that I did in the tutorial and I have not done here in the videos is that for these dates I defined a variable start date and end date. And that's because, we use it throughout the whole script. So it's easier to just have those two variables defined and then just use them instead of typing all the time those two dates. We're going to keep it this way. And then for the cloud cover, I'm going to filter by metadata. So I'm using the cloudy pixel percentage property, and we want images, pixels that have less than 50% cloud cover. And finally, I'm going to map the cloud mask function, so mask as to clouds. And now we can create a variable for our composite. So I'm going to call it rs2 composite. And this is going to be the s2 field dot median dot clip country. And then we can add that to the map. Then the bands are going to be the same as Landsat. In Sentinel-2 red, green, blue is also band 4, band 3, and band 2. And then for min and max, I'm gonna define values between 002 and 03. So now you can press run and wait for the image to load. And you can see that the composite gets added to the map. So you can compare this composite with the previous Landsat composites.